This is an optional video if you need a little bit of extra help with the mathematics on half-lives. So in this first example here, 100 grams of a radioactive isotope has a half-life of 30 seconds. After 2 minutes, how much of the original is left? So the first thing I'm going to point out is 2 minutes is 120 seconds. Well, how many half-lives have gone by? 120 divided by 30 is 4. So I've had 4 half-lives occur. So how much is left? Let's take the 100, let's cut it in half. I now have 50 grams. That was one half-life. Second half-life, take the 50, cut it in half. I now have 25 grams. Third half-life, I had 25, cut it in half. I now have 12.5 grams. Fourth half-life, take the 12.5, cut it in half, and I get 6.25 grams. So, how much of the original 100 grams is left? 6.25. Take a look at another example. 25% of an original parent isotope remains after 30 days. How long is the half-life of the isotope? So 25%. Well, I started with 100%. And then when I cut that in half at the first half-life, that gave me 50% remaining. Then, when I had 50% remaining, I cut that in half, and I had 25%. So after 2 half-lives, I have achieved 25% of the original quantity. So 2 half-lives took 30 days. 30 days over 2 is 15 days. So the half-life for this particular isotope is 15 days, plural. So, moving on to the last one, human remains are discovered by archaeologists. Isotope studies show that 12.5% of the original C14 remains. Kind of continuing on what we did in the other question, let's take that 25%, let's cut it in half for the third half-life, and that brings me down to 12.5%. So what I can conclude is this particular human has been dead for 3 half-lives based on the amount of C14 left. Well, what did the C14 turn into? Beryllium-10. So it's a safe assumption that I have a 4-to-1 ratio. Well, I'm sorry, in this case it'll be a 7-to-1 ratio of beryllium to carbon. That's irrelevant to solving this, and let's just keep going. So 3 half-lives have gone by out of 5,730 years per half-life. So the result would be, 57 by 3 is a number that I can't do in my head at the moment. 57 by 3, 171. So 17,190 years. That's how long this particular individual passed away. Hopefully this helps.